need of the heterogeneous population. Then after the next was that the most important question was the financial insecurity. It was that still there was a certain amount of relaxation in the government sector, but when we talk about the private or the public sector, because there was economic recession and the economy had gone down, so what they opted was they opted for the escalation process. And not only about the escalation process, you can imagine a situation when a number of daily wage earners, they were left behind without any grounds on the basis of just lockdown. The next condition was when the health parameter, we talk about the health parameter, all the vulnerable age group, whether we talk about a women, child, or old age group, and even all the chronic patients who were suffering from the disease, they did not visit the hospitals owing to the mental tension of the coronavirus. So no provision for made for them, and just this added to the mental tension more. Now coming to the next slide is regarding healthcare professionals. Now, we already know that the outbreak and the global spread of COVID-19 has definitely created a unprecedented crisis, and all the state government and the central government are working in this direction. So, when we talk about the Corona period, the Corona warriors, that was the all the individuals that were involved in the health sector, they rapidly were working for the Corona patients. But when we talk about the mental tension, for them also the mental tension was aggravated. The first and the foremost condition was because they lacked the personal protective equipment. When I talk about personal protective equipment, here they did not. Max in number of hospitals, the doctors they were not provided with the proper gloves, proper sanitizing machines, proper sanitizers, and conditions were so worsened that even the masks were not available to the doctors owing to the condition of the COVID-19 pandemic. Not only this, so doctors they were stressed and burnt out because they had to work for long working hours. They did not receive any rest, as well as the nutrition point. From nutrition point of view, also they always compromised with their diet. Now, one of the most important factor which our healthcare professional faced was moral injury. When I talk about moral injury was a condition when resources was less and the number of corona patients were more. As we already know that in corona virus, in COVID-19 case, maximum patients, they face the respiratory problem and they required the mechanical ventilators. Now, what happened? The doctors had less number of mechanical ventilators and they had to make a choice to which patient they should administer and to which patient they should not administer. So this was a reason where the mental tension rapidly increased. Now coming next, because they were also separated from their family, so because of the family and because of the children, they were under stress, and they were more under stress because of the stigma they experienced from the neighbors, because it was a rumor that you should not get associated or you cannot even get in company with those people who are working for the COVID-19. Next slide, please. Now, what can be the solution for this? So the first and the foremost solution would be that the government should take care that at least all the healthcare professionals who are fighting for COVID-19 should be provided by proper medical facilities that include proper gloves, proper sanitizers, proper vaccinations, etc., so that their health should not be at the risk in treating COVID-19 patients. Secondly, all the healthcare professionals, they should be covered under insurance cover from the government side. Next, their nutrition should be take concern, and that could be taken by the local authorities of that particular area. The next factor is the replacement. Here, when we talk about the replacement, it is that it is not necessary that always the doctors serve the COVID-19 professionals. If the ratio of doctors is less, then we can also employ the last final year students who are practicing for serving these patients. And the next one was the rotation of the duties. When I talk of the rotation of the duties, when we did the research, The results proved that all the doctors, they were severely burnt out and they were under severe mental stress because they were doing the high stress duty. So this is practical enough if we do the rotation of the duties from high stress to the low stress, so that the duty is rotated and the stress level is also reduced. The last and the most important point is that when we share the responsibility with the private sector, then the private sector should not make it as a profit motive at this time, and neither they should overcharge it nor freeze the services. Next slide, please. Now, when I talk about the COVID-19 patient and the family givers, definitely they were the one who were at the highest stress because the patient himself was infected by COVID-19 virus, and the more he was concerned about the stress that maybe this disease get disseminated to his family. And secondly, there was a fear always of death and the bereavement. And if the person who was infected was a bread earner, then more problem was in a condition because all the household tasks and the financial insecurity was also resulted. Not only this, the more mental tension got aggravated, or the anxiety and stress was more added when the society or the nearby neighborhood played a undifferent role to them, and it was that it was considered the stigma of the entire society also raised up, and the patient was also more concerned about the post COVID symptoms, because it is that when the patient is suffering from the COVID-19 and after also he get relieved from the hospital, but still certain COVID-19 symptoms reside there and they show their effect till 6 months. Next slide. Now, the optimal solution for the COVID-19 patient and the family is, the best solution can be at this stage would be the counseling. The counseling would provide them the emotional support and would tell them that this phase is not for a longer time and would be recouped within a period of time. A number of helplines have been initiated by not only by the state government but by the local authorities also, and even the higher education is doing pretty well in this direction because all the psychology departments are involved in counseling. So during the counseling, they should be tell in detail about what can happen, why corona result, what happened during corona, and what happened after corona. So when the person would be aware about the entire situation, then definitely the mental anxiety would automatically be reduced. Now, one of the most important steps which we can start is, we can prepare educational videos and we can upload it in all the social networking sites so that people get aware about the COVID-19 and the stigma associated to the COVID-19 may get reduced. And secondly is that all the patients who get recovered of COVID-19, they can also share their views, they can also share their experiences in the social networking sites so that mental anxiety regarding the COVID-19 is reduced. The next slide we talk about is destitute and unhoused. Definitely, when we talk about these people, they were in severe trauma, mental trauma, because first of all, they lost the financial support, and secondly, they had to evacuate from their regular places of stay also. And if some of these people, they suffered from coronavirus, then the condition became more worse because they did not had any place of social isolation. The reason was because they were living in the community housing or the cramped houses. So what is the solution that can be provided is, for this we can use that for the short term, the local authorities can maintain that all the public spaces like the dharmshala or the hotels, they can be utilized for them as a space during the time of isolation also, as well as for residing. The local authorities, they should see that they should be provided by the basic amenities like food and essential commodities. It is the right time when the society has to collaborate together, and not only the non-government organizations or the government organizations, but the various civil society organizations can also club together to work for them in this direction. Now, next slide. Now, next is when I talk about the economically vulnerable group, which include the daily wage earners or the migrants. Now, definitely for them, the chaos was more aggravated and they were mentally more tense because of the financial insecurity they had to face. They lost their livelihood and the services which they were using or enjoying, they could not pay for them. Secondly, was the uncertainty. They were very uncertain. They did not had any answer to it up till how much time this would extend. And thirdly was the when we talk about the migrants who were living away from their families, so they lacked the emotional support also. And even if they wanted to come back to their family, so there were two reasons why they didn't turn back. First was because of the lack of transportation, and secondly was because if they turned back to their native place, which they had left so years long back, so they did not had any economic source or opportunity of livelihood there also. And since they were not residing in their native places for so long time, so all the facilities that were under the public distribution systems like free food commodities and all, they could not avail because of the lack of the basic documents. The condition became more worse for the migrants who were from other places, because for them it was very tough to understand the policies of the government because of the language problem. The next, what is the solution for these daily wage earners? The best and the optimal solution for all these daily wage earners or the economically vulnerable group would be the entrepreneurship enrichment. We should make them self-entrepreneur. And for this, the government can provide them soft loans. And the facility could be provided like their water charges, electricity or rent, they all can be waived off. And Manrega is also doing very well in this direction. Apart from this, the various organizations like CSO, NIMHANS, CSR, and various other social organizations are providing free counseling and 24 into 7 hours counseling to these people who need emotional support at this time. Next slide. Now, when we talk about the elderly people who are at the risk of this COVID-19 at this time, now when we talk about, as I said that I am against the term social distancing. So I said that if they follow the social distancing, then the main problem which they were facing was the problem of loneliness because they were away from their family as well as away from their children. Secondly, the situation became more worse because everything was online and they were not into used to online. So even the basic things like filling up their rent or electricity charges was also not done by them. Apart from this, because at this time the household task was also done by them themselves because they could not use the domestic help at this time. And secondly, they could not visit the hospital also because there was a mental tension that if they visit the hospitals, then they would again may be infected by the coronavirus. So a number of chronic patients, they face really distress at this time. So what is the support that could be provided to them? Next slide. Here already the local authorities are working in this direction. So it is that they are working, the local authorities combined with the various non-government organizations, they are providing door-to-door facility and they are providing essential services to them, including ration, including medicines. And it is in some places they are also getting pension at the doorstep only. And regarding next slide, when we talk about the mental health, there what is that we can encourage more and more of social connection. That way that can be done so that when they will get acquainted with their friends, families and relatives on the daily basis, then definitely through the communication, their stress would be reduced. Now talking about the next people who faced the mental tension for the children. Definitely children, they faced the lot of mental tension, and the reason for them was because there was a sudden change in their lifestyle, or you may say that they were within the jails. And it was that the problem was more for those people who were alcohol addicted or they were drug addicted, and in those cases according to the research the withdrawal symptoms were also observed. And when we talk about the children who were there in the care homes, there were the cases of increase in domestic violence and abuse. And for in certain places, the research also indicated that the basic necessary medicines for the children was also not available. Now, next slide, what could be done from them? Now, here, first of all, that all the organizations like Center for Addiction, NIMANS, first of all, they are providing them free consultation so that all these patients who are alcohol withdrawal or drugs withdrawal, they may get mentally relaxed. Secondly, the local authorities are working for the doorstep delivery of the medicines, and there is a check also that in the child care homes, no case of abuse is being resulted. Psychiatric OPD has been considered as an essential service. So, and when they are providing the psychiatric OPD, the care should be provided to the healthcare professionals too. And the main thing is that all the people who are involved in drug addiction or in alcohol use, they should be psychologically supported. The next is that of all the research that was done on different peoples who were involved or who were affected by the coronavirus, and due to which the mental tension was aggravated, the common 4 points were seen. If you see in the next line, first of all, there was anxiety, and anxiety was increased because of the health. And they were not only worried about their self-health, but because of the health that was associated with other family members too. Second was the economic insecurity which they faced, because there was no question that how the financial insecurity would be maintained. And third was the most important thing was uncertainty. There was no answer to this up till how long time this would be done. So all these scares. Now, the next slide, you can see the helpline numbers. These are the free helpline numbers. Now next slide is not visible. Next slide here is what all can be done. So the first and the foremost thing is address and acknowledge. The one thing is that you have to address is that yes, this is the situation. You cannot run from the situation. Accept it and acknowledge it and remember it that within the time this problem would be also resolved, as India has already resolved a number of various other problems also. The second thing is that when you are talking about the information, you want to seek the information, always do not go to different medias, different sites. Just select one optimal, reliable source of information and get information from there only, because otherwise a lot of rumors are being spread regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. The next is that we can make a time-bound schedule. Now, when we make a time-bound schedule, then you give you get involved in different activities, then your mind get attached to different activities. You do not get time for the mental stress. The next is then after making the time bound schedule, you can also consider this time as a boon rather than a bane, because maximum times when we are engaged in our daily schedule, we feel that if we would have got time, then we would have done something better. So this is the most optimal time where you can use this time for fulfilling all your desires, which you do not get time when you are involved in your daily schedule. Now, apart from this is that the social connection should also be increased, because when social networking sites may be used more and more for making up the social connection. Apart from that, the mirror therapy can also be used. When I talk about the mirror therapy is that the positive approach. Now we have to accept it in spite of mirror that everything will be okay. I am okay and I would be also okay. This is the mirror therapy. And the last slide. Now, towards the conclusion, I can say now it is the time when all of has to be united. And this present condition requires the group solidarity. And when we are together, then definitely we have coped with various other problems. We should not consider it that this is a government responsibility or the state responsibility. It is, we should consider it as an individual responsibility. And when we consider it as an individual responsibility, then only we would be able to overcome with this problem. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So, sir, Sir.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Urbasi Pandey. Next, I would like to introduce our next speaker of this webinar, one of our esteemed resource persons, Dr. Shailendra Singh. Let me give you a brief introduction of Dr. S. Singh. He has completed PhD in economics from Banaras Hindu University. He has the credit of qualifying NET, that is National Eligibility Test, thrice in economics. Presently, he is working as an associate professor in SSJ University, Uttarakhand. He has the credit of publishing 3 books, 20 research papers in different international journals. He is a master resource person in research methodology and SPSS. He has presented paper in more than 30 national and international conferences. He also has organized workshops and conferences at his own level. As an administrator, he has proved his efficiency in the field of scout and guide, and also at different positions of Uttarakhand government. Today, we have the opportunity to listen to such a vastly experienced person, and he will share with us his topic entitled COVID-19 and Changing Scenario of Life and Service. It's over to you, Dr. Shailendra Singh.